Surprise. I wanted to come here to talk a little bit about a scenario that I see that comes up for couples that I work with. So you have a man and a woman, and let's say the man takes the child out. The child falls, scrapes their knee, gets hurt in some way, and the man says, "Oh, it's fine." Rub some dirt into it, right? The man's kind of very like, "Oh, it's gonna be fine, no big deal," right? And that's an easy fix. Put some duct tape on it. We'll fix that. We'll rub a little spit in there, you know, whatever it may be. Sometimes a man can be a little rough around the edges to certain things, not quite as sensitive as a woman. This isn't always the case, but a lot of times this is the case. Um, the same thing with a woman's emotional experience. A woman can be going through challenges and share them with the husband, and the husband just dismisses it and says, "Wow, that's nothing. You can fix that. That's easy. Here, just all you got to do is do this." And this is a scenario that I see that I wanted to talk about this morning just for a minute because it came up in my heart. I wanted to share something about it. So a man can be, it can feel very dismissive for you, and tell me if I'm right or wrong here for the ladies who are watching this. It can feel dismissive to you because maybe you'll share something with him, that you're going through a challenge or a feeling or an experience, and maybe even something that you want. And he just kind of goes, that's no big deal. I did that in my marriage for a long time. My wife had some things that she really wanted and needed, and I just couldn't see it that way. So to me, I was like, how can that? I just couldn't see the way that she saw things. And so tell me if this is true for you. Do you feel sometimes dismissed by your husband's experience and the way that he responds? And I'm going to say this isn't a personal attack, even though it feels like it sometimes. It feels like our partner, like if they really got us, they wouldn't do that. But that's just the, I'm going to say that's the way that many men respond to life. And here's the flip side of this coin. So let's say on the man side, he doesn't share a lot. He doesn't, no big deals, right? And sometimes maybe, and men tell me if this is true, sometimes the wife is really, she's trying to pry and to figure out what's going on, and you're like, no big deals, I'm fine, everything's good, right? No worries. But the wife keeps like, you don't ever talk, you don't ever tell me what you're thinking. And sometimes that can feel like she doesn't get you, right? Because she doesn't understand it. It's like, all good, man, it's all good, it's no big deal, right? It's like, oh, it'll be fine, we'll find the answer, right? And sometimes we want our wife to just understand that we're going to figure it out, and just to trust us to figure out what we need to figure out. um, and we want to be respected. Like our women a lot of times want to have their feelings validated and their experience validated through emotional connection. And men, we want to be respected a lot. And if if we if our wife comes to us and says, "Hey, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a big deal," to us that can be disrespectful, because we can take that as disrespect, even though it's not for her, because for her it is a big deal. But for us, we're just like, "Oh, it's not a big deal." Blah, blah. Guys are just kind of like, we're just kind of like, "Yeah, it's okay. No big deal. I'll figure it out." All right. I'm like, that's kind of the way it is. And women are like, you can't see this the way that it really is. And then men are like, no, you can't see it the way it is. Watch this, I'll fix it. Boom, 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 boom. So this is one of the things, and an experience that comes up for many people that I work with in my own life, and just something that I've seen time and time again. And I wanted to come here and share it because it's important to understand this dynamic, because this goes along with what I shared yesterday about sharing our feelings. And because when we share our thoughts about experience, thoughts are dangerous, because once we get attached to a thought, it invalidates our partner's thoughts, because in a woman's mind some things, these are big deals. In a man's mind it's like, that's no big deal, right? So if we get attached to that, we can really clash and have a lot of conflict. So understanding these differences is really important to being able to start to understand ourselves and our partner's experience, so we can start to connect and get to the feelings. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? Because it's a big deal to her. What's she feeling because it's a big deal? How is she feeling? And how are you feeling? Um, because you feel like you're just relaxing all the time. You got all these big deals coming. Oh my goodness, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. We got a big deal. Here's all these big deals we got to take care of. And the guy's like, man, I can't take all these big deals, right? I just want to just chill and focus on one thing at a time. So I hope you got a lot out of this live. I just wanted to come here and do a quick one here this morning and share some things that were on my heart with you. Hopefully this was helpful. Have a great day. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.